Welcome to Local Edition. I'm Bella Shaw. Fortune magazine says Ventura is one of the best cities to start up a new business. And here to talk about that is Neal Andrews, the Ventura City Council member, joins us. Thank you so much. Good to see you.
I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here. Let me tell you about that. It's a very interesting phenomenon. A number of years ago, I proposed that we set aside monies to create what we called eventually a jobs investment fund. And that jobs investment fund, the idea was to have money available in the city to help grow business in the city. We said that economic development was one of the highest priorities for our city. We saw the need to have additional revenue in the city, and the only way to do that without raising taxes, of course, is to grow the businesses of our community and grow the revenues that everybody has, grow the economy. So we set aside $5 million. Of that $5 million, we spent almost about $400,000 to create what's called a business incubator. The incubator was designed to help startup companies get their feet on the ground. It does that by basically creating a condominium with low rent in which the startup entrepreneur can bring his company and literally start up in one day. He can get into his offices, start up, and he has telephones, electricity, utilities, he has janitorial services, he has a receptionist and so forth, all because they share the cost of these things amongst all of the entrepreneurs. And that's worked very well. We have 16 companies in that incubator today, and we've graduated one. It's interesting. An incubator, you know, hatches eggs.
For sure.
Well, when you hatch them, you got to have a place to send the hatchlings. And so we did have one very successful company that grew so rapidly that we already have had to move them on to another roost, if you will.
They've sprouted wings and
still
they've
within the
flown
city
to
of
another
Ventura.
location.
It's been very good. And we have funds still available for other companies that wish to come to Ventura and start their business there. So it makes us one of the best cities in the United States, according to Fortune magazine, in which to start a business.
And you're not ignoring or neglecting existing businesses.
No, by no means are we doing that. As a matter of fact, we're doing everything we can to support our existing business community. Obviously, it's cheaper in the long run to keep the business you have than to bring in new business. We found it was too expensive to try to bring in well-established businesses with incentives or tax breaks and things like that. And besides, as a matter of principle, we didn't think that was the fairest way to go, either to competing businesses or, frankly, to our taxpayers. What was fair, equitable, and productive was to start new businesses. And we realized quickly that the best way that we could move forward was to grow our own businesses in our own community and keep the jobs there, allow them to be productive citizens in our community, and produce revenue for our city.
And you've been here 35 years now. What's the biggest change you've seen in the kind of businesses that are coming?
Oh, by all means, the biggest change has been the movement away from the oil patch, oil service industries and so forth, towards high tech and in our case, biotech, which is a big part of our community.
Probably getting those kids from the universities.
And we are.
With their degrees to come in, but unfortunately we're out of time, and a lot of our viewers are saying, where do I sign up? Neal Andrews, thank you so much for joining us, Ventura City Council member, talking about the incubator program and the great job they're doing. Local Edition, HLN is next.